Good night today. Good night. My name is Pro Dumpster Diver for those of you who actually watch my channel, and for those of you who are subscribing, thank you. I had spoken to you guys and you contacted me. You wanted to know like what my stash looks like. So for all the people who scrap out there right now, I dumpster dive and everything like that. And when COVID-19 hit, I decided, hey, I have to start dumpster diving and make a living. And I did. So I just want to go over my stash and why I say I am the greatest dumpster diver that has existed. So I'm going to show you guys just my stash here. Let's start off at the top. This right here is gold scrap. Each box contains a certain amount of pounds of this. This is basically gold scrap from China that I actually got. It basically contains small chips that actually have a lot of gold on them on both sides of it. Actually one side, sorry, because you can see the other side here. But yeah, so basically this has about 20% of gold on one side. I have about 84 pounds of this. This goes all the way to the back. So everything in white tape is part of a white collection, since it's actually in, these are dollar store containers that I actually used, by the way. So I just went to the dollar store. Each of the containers, basically like $1 a piece. And I put all the gold scrap in here. As you can see, it goes all the way to the back there. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5, and that is 9. So about 9, and in total, because this one is half full, I bought them at 20 pounds, 21 pounds, 23 pounds, and something else. I think I have 84 pounds in total, possibly, of just gold scrap there that I got. Now, that is a lot of gold scrap that I have right now. These things are freaking heavy right now, okay? But I had to use, what I did is I put them in white duct tape to basically mark them, because I have other gold scrap, which is part of another collection. All right, so that's basically just 84 pounds of gold scrap in the white. I also have this here. This is an actual jewelry bag. I'll open this up a little later on in the video. Just remind me. Well, no, it's a live video. So just remind me. This right here, someone actually had an eviction. And I was looking at this here, and these appear to be diabetic strips. And these diabetic strips, as you can actually see, contain just a bit of gold, just a small amount. But as I said, they threw the whole thing out in these small little containers. And what I did is that I put them into this, little Ziploc bag here. I bagged it up and then I weighed it, and it weighs 156 grams. Now, yes, it is a small amount of gold, but at the same time, I got all this gold for free. So never just throw it out. Like always check when you dumpster dive. Always check this. Oh, there's a little chip in there. Oh, look at that. There's a little chip in there. I think that's two chips. Okay. There was another chip in there. Another chip. All right, well, there's more gold in here than I thought there was. All right, but yeah, this is 156 grams of gold scrap here, okay? And what I'll do is I'll just put this in a chemical bath and let all the gold just come out, and then we'll just melt that. But as I said, I just found this whole thing for free there. It was diabetic strips, and I saw an ad on Facebook for people buying diabetic strips. And I was trying to figure out why there's a bit of gold in this. I never knew that. So now I know. I have 156 grams of diabetic gold strips, so I'll just put that up there. Okay, I'll put that right there. This right here is gold burnt that I tried to melt from ram sticks. There's a bit of gold in here right now, but I do have to melt this down a bit further. Okay, I'll open that jewelry bag up for you guys later. All right, so down here is basically copper scrap. For those of you who actually do know a lot about copper, I love copper there. Copper is amazing, and the reason why I do keep this type of copper is that the scrap yards charge for this type of copper, which is pretty thick. It's about 75 cents a pound right now for that type of copper, because to be honest, I can resell a lot of this here and just get money for it. All right, so look at something like this, right? Let's take this up, right? This here is pretty, well, this probably weighs about maybe 5 pounds or so, right? It says 100 feet here. And this is probably about 5 pounds of copper. Now, it's pretty thick right there, which is pretty good. But at the same time, I could use that for, something for the house or solar panels, right? I bought solar panels from Newark, New Jersey, and I have about 6 of them. So let me close this up here. And I have a little blue one back there. Now, I never buy copper from stores or Home Depot. I just dumpster dive for it. Why? Because I don't have to freaking pay for it. Like, look at all this. This is a lot of freaking copper that I have that I really don't even use. I just sell copper, but I'm not selling this at all. This is copper here. This is copper here. There's a brown one in the back there. Actually, let me get the light over there. Let me see if I can get a light Yep, and there's brown in the back there. There's another brown up there. I think those are the same. No, they're not the same. They're a bit light. Yeah, that one's a bit lighter right there. That one's like 75 pounds. That one is like a white and blue one there, which is pretty good. So yeah, I have a lot of copper that I can beat, and that's just a bit of loose copper right there that I have. That is like white rope copper there. I wrap that up. I just found some empty spools. Always keep empty spools around you, just in case you need to wrap some stuff in. And I just found a tube. There's copper in there, right there. And then there's wrapped around it. That is pretty thick copper right there. That's pretty thick. Also, be careful. You need to get a tetanus shot if you do prick yourself. Someone was telling me about that thing. All right, so that's my copper scrap. I also have more copper scrap down here. I found some poles that construction companies threw out, and I wrapped them up there. That's in plastic there. I also have this that I wrapped there. Like, all of this is copper. Like, this is thick-ass copper. I just put inside of a bag there. You know, there's some purple. Were there any different kinds of color I usually keep as well? This is like a Cat 5 thing. But yeah, all that's copper in there. Look at that. I got a copper spool down there. Now, let me show you this cool thing here. This is a spool right there of just thick copper wire, all right, in a wooden thing, and I just wrapped it with saran wrap to stop the dust from getting in it, and I have other copper under that as well. Okay, and remember, all of this stuff I got for free. I just dumpster dive for it. Okay, all of this copper I dumpster dove for. Okay, and I can sell that, and I can end up buying silver with it. Okay, that's another cool thing. Okay, all these computer drives that I have, I dumpster dive for. Okay, but all that copper, I don't buy copper. I just dumpster dove for. Okay, this stand, this black stand right there, somebody actually threw out next to a dumpster. I broke it down, took it home. And yeah, that's what I basically did. And I put a little tape around it just to make sure it can hold the weight, because there is 84 pounds on the top there, and they do hold themselves like that. All right, let's continue with the video. So let's get to, we're still on this shelf here. These are cameras that I found. They were like all thrown out. I kept them, and I'm going to put them online. These are iPhones here. I have a lot of iPhones, like a tremendous amount of iPhones. I don't even use iPhones, thanks to Steve Jobs. These here do work. I don't use them. I should get rid of them and sell them, because there are people out there that do collect iPhones. I will put those up. If you guys see anything in the video you want or need, please let me know. I am grateful for giving stuff out. I have, trust me, plenty enough. This is 84 pounds of gold scrap. This is nothing compared to the other stuff that I freaking have. Trust me, I have over 160,000 grams of concentrated gold scrap. You haven't seen shit yet. Trust me, we're going to get through the video. All right, so now that we have that, and the reason why it's dark is because this light, this freaking light, that light. Okay, all right, got the light back on. All right, let's continue with the video. All right, good. So this here is my silver stash, and let me go over this with you guys. I think I went over this in a video, but for those of you who I did show it to already, I will briefly go over it again. I was told about silver from these other white guys on YouTube, and so I started investing. So I took some of the copper that I had, I sold some of that, and I bought some silver. For those of you who got me into it, thank you very much. I have some silver rounds here. These are 1 ounce silver coins that are here. This is 1 troy ounce. This is that there. And all of these here are silver eagles. I do have a substantial large amount of them, which are basically here. And this one is a 5 ounce piece. This is scrap silver, and these are basically all silver bars. Like, let me show you this here. Sorry about that. These are all silver bars here that I basically have right now. They do come in handy, and so I do like them. And there's a huge 5 ounce silver sucker under there, and this is all other silver scrap right now. Okay. Let's continue. And then there's other silver piece there. Okay. All right, now let's get to the lower part there. This is the good stuff, okay? There is computer drives. When I find computer desktops, I take the hard drives out of them. I take a bit of gold out of them. I can sell that stuff to a scrapyard, but I usually keep the hard drives and I sell them online. That's 640 gig. That is a 2 terabyte. And there are other ones over there. I keep them here, and then I can put them on Facebook and give them out to people that need them. I know COVID is tough, so if you do need them, let me know. All right, let's go to the next one. This is my gold fingers. Look at this. Look at this sexy fucking. Oh my god! Look at all of this. Oh my god! You want to touch this here? Okay, so let me just take out a few of them. These are gold fingers. For those of you who know, you know and know, these are gold fingers. We who scrap and do gold scrap. Love gold fingers. Gold fingers right now are the highest concentration of gold scrap next to IBM CPUs. Okay, these are pretty good right here. We all love these. I love them. I know you love them. They're the best thing ever. So I started collecting them and like cutting component pieces up, and I have a huge, oh God, that's probably a 50-pound lunch bag just full of gold. Look how thick this is. Look how thick that is. It's just all gold fingers right there, okay? And I also found the lunch bag. Someone threw that out. I didn't buy that at all, okay? All those are free. I got all these here. I cut them up, put them in this lunch bag I got for free. All of this copper I dumpster dove for. Dumpster dove for all of that, okay? And again, dumpster dove, like you can find everything free right now, okay? Being poor is a choice. If you're born poor, it's not your fault. But if you die poor, it is your fault. You can die with 10 pounds of gold scrap and you can die wealthy because you can sell this at any point in time, okay? Now, let's look into this. For those of you who know, this is RAM. RAM is some of the best gold scrap you can get because some people buy it by the pound. This is gold scrap here. And also you can take the chips off and it does contain a certain amount of gold as well. I just used this box here and I dumpster dove for a lot of this. Now that mini part in the back contains a laptop RAM there. Let me open this up there. Well, this part is actually miscellaneous. The bag is miscellaneous. It contains miscellaneous RAM. There's no laptop RAM in there. But inside here is, let me pull this stash up here. Okay, this is basically laptop RAM. Some of it's like DDR2, 1 gig or stuff like that. This is a DDR PC2, 2 gig, I think, yeah. PCR2, 2 gig. Right, and I put them in stacks and clumps like this, and I tape them up so they don't go all over the place, and then I stack them over there just like that. That way, you know, they can be pretty set. You don't want everything going all over the place right now, okay? And this is just other random scrap right in there, okay? But it all looks like this stuff. So all of that in the box is desktop RAM, and in the mini box is basically laptop RAM right there, okay? Always organize your stuff. The more organized everything is, the better it can basically be for you. All right, let's go over this. These parts here are basically laptop Wi-Fi pieces. I have one for my small mini laptop that I can use to record things in, and it's good, okay? This right here is 1 pound. I just got this the other day. It's 1 pound of gold scrap. It contains some gold fingers, cut CPU pieces. Yeah, you can get these off of eBay for 53 bucks, but trust me, you can double or even triple your money with it. It's pretty good, all right? This right here, for those of you who actually see it and know, these are circuit breaker pieces, and inside of them, right there, contains silver. Okay, you want to put these in chemical baths, get the silver out of them, melt it, purify it, and then put that out. I haven't weighed this one just yet, but I'm going to throw this with the other stash. We'll get to that in a bit right now, okay? So yeah, basically, I think this is the gold stash, but it's not the main gold stash right there, okay? And then underneath that, I basically have the copper, all right? All right, and that's basically that. And then the phones there. I'll put the phones up on eBay a little bit later on. All right, now let's get to the copper, and then let's get to the silver. All right, so I want this to be like a one stream video where I keep going. Let me put this silver up here. I try to put everything on display, even though I'm the only one that comes in the room there in my house. So I just try to keep everything as organized as possible, but at the same time, you want to be able to see everything for where it is, right? Can you guys clearly see that? Gold scrap on top, gold, gold, gold. I'll open the bag up on the video. I'll put this up here. I'll do that later on. All right, so gold scrap, gold, copper scrap, silver. That's not silver scrap, that's solid silver. I traded some of that to the store. Desktop. Now I can sell this here for a lot of money if I wanted to there, okay? This is possibly about, about at least maybe, I don't even know. If you know the size of a shoebox, actually, shit, I have a ruler here, okay? For those of you who know math, let me know. This is 12, and that is 15. Those are size 13s that I got in there. And then, let me see something here. If you guys know math correctly, this is 11. So 15 by 11, how much is that in desktop scrap? And then a little 4 by 4 of that scrap back there. It's still scrap, desktop, but laptop scrap in the back. And then there's gold fingers. So how much is 15 pounds of gold fingers and maybe 20 pounds of desktop scrap? Let me know how much that is, how much gold is in that, because there are some videos. If eScrap is listening, trust me, I've got more scrap than you. All right, we're not ready to go just yet. All right, now let's zoom over you. Let's go over here. This is the stash, the greatest stash yet. All right, so for those of you who actually know how silver scrap works, let's go through this now. This right here is circuit breakers that have basically been cut. I went to construction sites. I dove in the dumpsters where they threw it out, and I basically take them, smash them up, and put them in here. These contain, yeah, you can see a silver piece right there. That contains a bit of silver right there. This, I don't know how much this weighs. I'll weigh it later on, or I can actually weigh it right now. I do have a weight scale here that I can weigh this for right now. So let me pop this up. Okay, we'll weigh that later on. All right, so that contains a bit of circuit breaker scrap. Now here, these bags contain plugs, like the ends of computer plugs that basically have, like you can see that they contain computer plugs, right? Ethernet plugs. I put them in there, but they do contain a bit of gold scrap. But since I got them for free, I just bagged them up in here, right? So I bagged this up. I think this one is a bit more clearer that you can actually, let me see if you can actually clearly see it there. No, that's not bad. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that contains a little bit more there, right? And I just bag them up whenever I go, and so that stuff is basically, there we go, like the ends of the cables there. And as I said, I can sell those for maybe $2 or $3 more, okay, and still make it. All right, now we're still rolling in the video. We are not done just yet. Stay with me. All right, this contains 430 grams of sterling silver that I ended up getting, which is really, really nice right there. Okay, we'll put this up. This is a bit of scrap silver. This here is circuit breaker contacts. Okay, circuit breaker contacts in there. This is 458 grams in there. Close to a pound. And I got that for $50. So this is worth a good amount. Okay. This right there is other electrical scrap there. Okay. This is mylar. Okay. Now let's go over mylar. Keyboard mylar has silver in some of them. Some of them are black, which is copper, and some of the ones that are white, like silver. Okay. They do contain silver. You do have to melt them. Please go on YouTube videos and check it out. Okay. Now, let us go over this correctly. Okay. In these bags contain keyboard mylar. Keyboard mylar, okay, is very good mylar to use. All right, so I will open this up here, and I dumpster dove for all of these. All of these in these colored bags. I got out the trash there. I opened up the keyboards. I cut the mylar out of them, and I put them in different colored bags. So each of these bags contain no blanks and 100 sheets of mylar in them. Okay, so I put them in colored bags there, and it contains 100 sheets of mylar. Now, to correctly fit them in here, I had to put them, I will be honest with you, I had to put them in special bags. The special bags that I used are these here. These are blank pieces. Someone from an office threw like 50 of these out, and so I take the sheets of mylar, I roll them up, and I put them in this, and then I put them in here. Okay, so this basically contains 100 sheets of mylar, okay, in the green bag. You can put that into an acid wash and melt it. Okay, so that is 100 sheets, that's 100 sheets, that's 100 sheets, that's 100 sheets there. Okay, this right here is 100 sheets of mylar that I basically have, which is pretty good. I could sell this for whatever I want, but I don't want to because it took a lot of hard work right there. And I put this in a smaller one there. I did these a while ago, but I'm very happy that I basically have them because, again, as I tell people right now, at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff here comes in handy, you know? This freaking thing. Okay, so let's continue. This here is an actual box of, again, circuit breaker scrap right there that I basically have. I put in here, for those of you who actually know what circuit breaker scrap is, circuit breaker scrap, I did a video on it, does contain points of silver, okay? If you clearly look in there, it contains little touch points of silver, which are about a gram or half gram, and stuff like that. A penny weighs 2.5 grams right now. So in total, I wrote it down, is 516 plus 712. So this contains 1,242 grams of silver scrap. You do have to put this into an acid bath. There's a bit of copper in there right now, but I didn't want to waste time, so I found this little box and I put all of it in there. Okay, but this is just one box. Understand? This is just one box. This box doesn't contain everything. This is a little small thing here of, you know, a little bit more scrap. I couldn't fit it all in there, so I had to put it into a smaller bag. And then this also, I have to weigh that as well. Okay, but yeah, so that's key. Look up keyboard mylar. I'll do a different video on it, but just YouTube keyboard mylar melt or keyboard scrap, and you can look it up. All right, now let's get to the different parts of it, because that's not the only place to get silver. You can also find silver in silver RAM. This is silver RAM right here that I actually found in old computers. Okay, so I collected them, I got them, I put them in these Ziploc bags you can get at the dollar store or Wall Street right now. But it's very, very good. So this does contain silver, but not enough silver to truly make money on if you actually put it in an acid wash. Now, I shouldn't tell you that personally, but I know in these chips, many of them contain gold. Okay, so I have this. This contains 800 grams, and I wrote it there, and I weighed it, of silver RAM scrap. I have to figure out how to melt this, truly. So go online, damn. My throat's messing up. Go online and look up how to melt this correctly, so you guys can do that. Okay? And I have another bag of it here. So 3 bags of silver RAM scrap. This right there is keyboard mylar. This is mylar, 10 pounds of it. I put that in there laid out because I had enough space inside of this. This little, it's kind of a suitcase thing, but this is what was actually used to put in a retractable roller, and somebody threw these out in the dumpster. I found 2 of them, so I cleaned them up and I put all the silver scrap in here because it has a pretty cool handle where I can actually pick everything up and after I zip it up. So it's really, really good. These come in handy. Always protect your scrap. Okay, you don't want to get any dust on it. What I did is I just put my stuff into little different colored bags that I had, and it protects it. No dust gets on it. And what I did, a little trick that I did, is I found somebody threw out a lighter, and I put the silver scrap in there, and I corrected the tips, and then I burned them. Okay, that way it's also waterproof. So let's just hypothetically say that my house floods because of a massive issue or a dam breaks, right? All of my scrap is in plastic. It's all protected. I'm not worried about the copper wire because I can just cut the ends off that and they oxidize. This right there won't go away. I'll just shut the container of it. You know, that gold scrap stays in there. This stays in there. I don't worry about those will be gone. But the copper wire is still good. All of the mylar, if I ever need it, again, is in bags that have been burned with tips. So I'm not worried about that. This is in plastic right now. So again, protect your assets, protect your information right now. The economy is bad, and I want to make sure everyone has the ability to make it right now. I know it's tough. Trust me, I'm African American. It's tough for me. I lost my job during COVID. It wasn't easy, but you know what? You YouTube guys right now that I followed, you helped me out. So I owe you one. I guess I owe you a bag of mylar scrap. So if you're out there, actually, I'll tell you what, I'll do you one even better. I owe you one of these. I owe you an ounce of silver. So for those of you out there teaching people about silver and educating us right now on how to make it during COVID, I owe you a silver ounce. And trust me, I have enough to spare. I have plenty, and I don't even use this shit, to be honest. But according to Robert Kiyosaki, he said to keep it. So I'm going to keep this let's keep the silver. That's gold. That's a lot of gold right there. Trust me, you haven't even seen the gold shit yet. Good Lord. So I'm going to keep this. So if you do educate us on YouTube, trust me, these are silver bars, those are rounds. Okay, let's get back. All right, now, I got to get some water. Damn. Yeah, somebody threw this little water thing out too, so I cleaned it up and filled it up. Okay. All right, let's continue. This This video is going to run half hour and that's it. Silver scrap, silver scrap, silver scrap, silver scrap, and this is gold scrap in bags. Okay, now let's go over to the commodity section here. This here that's bagged up is copper scrap. So these in here are copper plugs. You can hear them, right? It's basically just like little copper, like rods and stuff like that. Let me see if this is a better one I can use. Yeah. This basically just contains pieces of copper. I found some construction guy threw them out. It's like copper bends and ends and plugs for like the toilet bowl. But it's all 100% copper. This will give you $1 a pound for it right now at the scrapyard. Okay. This in here, these are magnets that came from drives. I keep them just in case. Okay. Copper rounds, copper rounds. This is brass, I believe. It might be brass or bronze. I have to figure out what it is. One of you guys will let me know. This is also brass or bronze. I gotta figure that out there. I kept that too. Here, this is a nice little thing here. This would be, I don't know. I really don't know. It just looks shiny. But I kept it, and I'm going to go to the scrapyard and ask them what it is right now. This, I know the Indian people put incense in this, so it may be brass. But as I said, I got it for free right now. That's brass in there. These are some diamonds. Indian guy went to India, left his shit behind. I got some diamonds in there, some stuff from Pandora. This, I don't want to scare you, these are teeth. And there's some gold stuff in here. Yeah, I got those too. And then that's another stash there. All right, now let's get to the tech. I like technology, okay? I got these 2 tablets. Somebody had thrown these out. I did not buy these. I found those in a dumpster next to an iPad. I gave the iPad to this other girl who was really, really cute. She was like, oh, I'm a single mom. I need help. I'm like, all right, sell this. She's like, oh, what do you want for it? I was like, we'll talk about that later. But she's pretty nice. I don't talk to her anymore, though. She's got braces. Oh, my God, those hurt. I found a Game Boy, actually, out there one day. This does work. Zelda is in here, and what game do we have? What is this? Pokemon. I don't really use this, so I don't play that, but it comes in handy. This is a battery. Still got power. It's a cell phone charger, a little portable cell phone charger. This is a solar power piece that I have. This is full of solar panels outside that I got. It comes in handy. This is one of those little radios that is a crank charge. Always have this in case of emergencies. Please have it in case of emergencies, okay? This is a weather radio in here that I have. This is walkie-talkies somebody threw out that still work for some reason, but just keep them just in case. This is a, what is this? Walkie-talkies, DVD player I picked up, which is pretty good. This is a voltmeter. This is a fingerprint reader, I think, from Dell. Yeah, it's a fingerprint reader. I can put this on something. Old solar charger there. AT&T hotspot somebody threw out. I think it works. I don't know. I haven't tested it. This is one of those touch board weird things. And that's another radio in there. Okay. All right, now let's move this over and let's get to the creme de la creme. This is copper scrap. Raw, beautiful copper scrap. All of this here is copper. There's copper all in there. Okay, and that's just the raw copper of it. Now I can sell that. I can do what I want with it, but I do want to melt it down and turn it into bars, and put that up. Now that would really, really be cool. Okay. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this, because if you really want to make money dumpster diving, you have to understand how gold scrap works, okay? Now, let's get to the real meat and potatoes. This is gold scrap here, okay? Oh, by the way, all of these cases that I got, I salvage for. I don't buy suitcases. I get them for free. I scavenge for them, and I put my scrap in them, okay? This here, those are gold scrap in bags, and I weigh them as well. So this right here is 945 grams of gold scrap. This contains monitor ends, TV peripherals, okay? If you can clearly see it, is all the ends in there that are gold plated, okay? That's that. This also contains the ends that are also gold plated as well. Let me get one where this is CPUs. Let me get one where you can see kind of, see that? All of this stuff in here is basically just gold-plated stuff. I put them in bags so they can be a bit organized. Right now, 979 grams of that, and that's monitor ends in there. Monitor ends. There's, oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, let me be clear, okay? So look at that, okay? I'm gonna open this up a little later on. Actually, you know what I'll do? I will open this one for you guys. So I'm gonna open up the jewelry thing, and I'll open up that. Okay. So yeah, I have a little suitcase here, which basically contains a little bit of gold scrap there. You see that? All of that's gold scrap. Okay. I put them in bags and then I weigh them. Okay. But I use the same plastic thing like that because gold scrap can actually puncture the gold, depending on what it is, can puncture the little bags. So I put them in this, and then I put them in there. Okay. I have all of those, I weigh them, and I calculate them. I don't want to show you guys my super sheet, okay? But I have suitcases that are just full of gold scrap. I have that there. I have a Nautica bag, which I also dumpster dove for that has a lock on it, that has gold scrap in it. I have that right there, which also has gold scrap in it. I have that red case, which also has gold scrap. I have that. I have about 8 suitcases with 160,000 grams of just concentrated gold scrap. So concentrated gold scrap is when people take gold and basically, I'll explain that later when I'll do the rest of the video. Alright, so that's basically what I have right now. This is basically just showing you what people who dumpster dive do when they get involved. Now here's the thing, this is just gold scrapping dumpster diving for commodities. Okay, this is like true dumpster diving. I would show you my tech inside that tech case, bro. I have tech stuff, right? It has tablets in it, it has cell phones that I got.